In today's reflection, in today's meditation and reflection practice, we will learn how to connect back to that inner voice that we all have, that inner voice that guides us, that speaks to us, that whispers to us, that gives us bits of wisdom every single day. But we don't listen to it. And many of us, it's dimmed. We can't hear it anymore because we have so much of chaos, so much of noise, so much of chatter within our hearts and within our minds. But when we silence this noise, we can hear our inner voice, also known as our intuition, speak to us. All of us are guided by that inner voice. Go back to the time when you were a kid. You didn't overthink. You just did. You just did what you had to do, and you were happy. We didn't overthink problems. We sailed through them. As a child, what happened was there was a veil between the physical and the spiritual world that was lifted. We saw what we cannot see today. We heard with our ears. We listened with our hearts. We made memories without fear. And we were still guided through. All the naughty things that we did, we were protected. We didn't overthink them. Fear was minimum for most of us. But as we got older, the light within us starts to dim. We get accustomed to be less and to think more. We forgot that we have a song within our hearts that's constantly singing. We forget about the ways that we were guided without overthinking. We've lost that connection. The more content we consume, the more time we spend on social media, mindlessly, we're filling our mind and our heart and our subconscious mind with so many different things. We think we're not absorbing it, but everything that you hear and everything that you see is going into your subconscious mind. And that's why we need mindfulness. That's why we need time to reflect. In today's practice, we're going to learn how to reconnect to our life source. That's our heart and the voice within it that can guide us, that is guiding us if we choose to give it a chance, if we choose to listen. Now close your eyes, sit in a comfortable position. You can lie down. If you're in a wheelchair, have a small cushion between the small of your back and the chair so that you can be comfortably erect. You can sit cross-legged, you can sit in any position that makes you comfortable. But strive for your spine to be as straight as possible, comfortable, yet not rigid. Now gently close your eyes. I want you to imagine you got two little weights in each of your eyelids. And these weights are pulling your eyelids heavily as you shut them. And you feel this weight in your eyelids and your eyes become heavy. Through your nostrils, you take an inhale at your own pace. A nice, long, deep inhale. And as you exhale, gently open your mouth and exhale through your mouth. Inhale again through your nostrils. And you can make a ha sound as you exhale. So you inhale. Try to allow your exhales to be longer than your inhales. Let's do one more. Your palms facing upwards on your thighs. Now let's take a deep breath again. Inhale. And as you inhale, I want you to imagine all that oxygen going into your heart, and your heart is expanding. And now you can gently exhale through your nostrils. Close your mouth and exhale through your nostrils. A deep inhale, and as you inhale, your heart's filling up with oxygen and expanding. And gently exhale. We'll do one more. A deep inhale right into your heart to expand. And a gentle, long exhale. Keep your eyes closed. And remember, if thoughts pop up, let them be. Let them just pass. Come back to your breath. If If another thought comes up, that's all right. Come back to your breath. Don't judge any of these thoughts. Don't start thinking that you cannot meditate because you're getting thoughts. Thoughts are part of your meditation. What's also part of your meditation is coming back to your breath. And with practice of coming back to your breath, eventually the thoughts will come in lesser and lesser. Now, as you continue to breathe in silence, I want you to sit with these questions that I ask you. I want you to allow thoughts, ideas to rise in you. No judgment. Don't label anything. Don't try to make sense of anything. Just simply sit and watch what images or thoughts may arise, what sensations you may feel. These questions will help you to connect to that inner voice, your intuition, your guiding voice. A deep inhale and a deep exhale. What do I need to know right now that is for my highest good and divine order? Just ask yourself this and be silent. Whatever you've been seeking, ask yourself this question and reflect and breathe deeply. Let the answers come from within. Let your inner voice and your intuition speak. All you need to do is ask yourself this question. What do I need to know right now that is for my highest good and divine order? And reflect deeply. A lot of answers may come up, which are the opinions of your friends, stuff you've seen on social media. Let that all pass. If you find it funny to ask yourself this question, you can say, Dear Universe, Dear God, Dear Spirit, what do I need to know right now that is for my highest good and divine order? Just sit quietly and let your inner voice speak. The more you practice this question and sit in silence, you are going to find an answer. It may not be the answer, but it's going to give you little clues about what you need to know right now that's for your highest good. Be open to anything. Examples of answers could be, you're too egoistic, you're thinking with too much of pride, you're being stubborn, you're being lazy. Maybe some mindsets and belief systems need to change. It could be anything. Be open to it. What do I need to know right now that is for my highest good and divine order? Listen. As you listen deeply, continue to breathe gently. Inhales through your nostril and exhales through your nostrils. Next, ask yourself, deep within, dear universe, dear God, dear spirit, whatever it is that you want, ask, where in my life can I make changes that will benefit my soul's purpose and realign me with my truth? Dear universe, where in my life can I make changes that will benefit my soul's purpose and realign me with my truth? Listen. You could get answers like, start to express what you've been suppressing. No fear. Stop being a doormat. Change an attitude. Maybe change a behavior that's limiting for you. Maybe you gotta say sorry, forgive yourself or someone else. Where in my life can I make changes that will benefit my soul's purpose and realign me with my truth? Listen, Let the chatter pass, let the chaos pass, the opinions pass. That inner voice is going to tell you what you need to do. A deep inhale and an even deeper exhale. Dear Spirit, what have I forgotten about myself that my soul craves for me to remember? Ask yourself this question. Ask that inner powerful voice. What have I forgotten about myself that my soul craves for me to remember? Answers that can spring up could be, remember you're a child of God. You are protected, guided, looked after. Remember providence. Remember your inner child likes to be playful. Remember the power of love. Have you forgotten your strengths? Remind yourself of those beautiful strengths, the beautiful talents, the uniqueness that you have. These are some answers that can come up once all the chatter, the chaos, and the opinions, the false belief systems that have formed in our minds over the years, once that dims, your voice will speak to you. Dear Spirit, dear Universe, dear God, what have I forgotten about myself that my soul craves for me to remember? Let that voice speak to you. Deep listening. A deep inhale and an even deeper exhale. Ask yourself, ask your inner voice, ask your heart, how can I serve the world with my unique expression of life? How can I serve the world with my unique expression of life? Answers to expect. What are your strengths? How can you use these strengths to serve other people? It could be as simple as a smile. You have a beautiful smile that warms people's hearts. Use it. You have the gift of listening. Listen more to people venting out. You heal them through your listening. You have a unique expression of giving time to people. Maybe you're great at giving comfort. Maybe you have a skill that can help people uplift their lives. Nothing has to be sophisticated and complicated. Every human being has a unique talent and a gift. Your inner voice will tell you what it is. Because when we're too busy comparing ourselves with other people or more successful people, we put ourselves down. When we continue to live a life where we put everyone on a pedestal, from your partner to your children to your parents to role models, you put yourself down. Ask deep within, how can I serve the world? That world could be a single person or many people. How can I serve the world with my unique expression of life? You're a happy person, you make other people laugh. That's great. You're serving them. You're making people happy. Reflect deeply. Ask your inner voice, how can I serve the world with my unique expression of life? Continue to inhale and exhale. By now, you should be able to see and hear your wisdom more clearly, now that you've interacted with your inner self this way. Most of us are constantly interacting with the outside world. There's no problem with that. But the outside world can never give the answers to us which are right. Always. Because everything that we're seeking is within us. The more deeply we connect with our inner self and that inner voice, the more clarity and wisdom we get in terms of answers and what we should do and what we shouldn't do. And it's also okay if you didn't experience anything great in doing this right now. It's a process. It can take time. When you repeat this reflection again, all you need to do is focus on the 4 questions. Keep talking to yourself and you will get an answer. Keep coming back to the space to ask yourself these questions. And remember to trust yourself. Trust your inner voice. This is how you connect to your spirit, to your intuition. While there's so much of noise in the outside world, you retreat into yourself to interact with your intuition. The more you do this, the more you understand yourself. Most people today are a definition of society, of your teachers, your classmates, your friends, what you see in the movies, what you hear. You need to understand yourself by looking within. Your truth is within you. So by sitting quietly, just being, asking yourself these questions, and just listening, your voice will begin to speak. Keeping your eyes closed, let's take one more deep inhale and a deep exhale. As we end this practice today, you can ask yourself any question to your inner voice that you're struggling with. You're confused about life, about an emotion. You can even ask for help. You can state a problem. Dear Spirit, I feel sad and depressed. What should I do? What is it that I need to do? It's like you're talking to God. Just imagine that there's a God in front of you that you have faith and belief in, or there's the universe and you have faith and belief in that. And all you're doing is the universe or God is asking you, tell me your problems and I'll give you an answer. So whether it's the spirit you're talking to, that voice, or God, it's the same thing. Ask that question and then just listen. Don't judge it. The wisdom is not judging it. It's listening, and the answer will come to you. You can gently open your eyes or you can keep them closed and continue to reflect on these questions while you focus on your inhale and your exhale.